Being the child of a celebrity may provide both opportunities and difficulties. Numerous well-known people's kids have followed different paths, shaped by their parents' notoriety, but yet forging their own identities. While some have chosen careers similar to their parents, others have struck out independently and achieved personal success. Wondering where they've been lately? These famous kids have grown up and made their way from reality TV to the corporate world. You may be surprised by their experiences. Brook Hogan, Hulk Hogan. There will be mentions of Hulk Hogan while discussing professional wrestling. One of the offspring of the renowned professional wrestling icon, Hulk Hogan, is Brook Hogan. For those unaware, Brook was a cast member of the reality TV program Hogan Knows Best. Additionally, she put out a few CDs under her name. However, Hulk Hogan was once a professional wrestler, having been a member of the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now known as WWE, roster. During his peak, Hogan also appeared in a few wrestling promotions, which caused his credit score to rise. An ancient proverb states that a clever goose never lays a meek egg. Brook Hogan, the wrestler's daughter, continues in her father's footsteps. The girl who is comfortable in front of the camera is now a reality show star and actively involved in the music industry, with some success to her name. Lily Rose Depp, Johnny Depp. Although Vanessa Paradis, a French actress and model, has been the face of Chanel since 1991, most people's first impression of her is undoubtedly the tumultuous romance she had with Johnny Depp while filming Edward Scissorhands. Vanessa Paradis and Johnny Depp, the most well-known pirate in the entertainment business, were together for years. Despite never getting married, the two went on to have beautiful children who made them the attention-getters they are today. Among these two children is the stunning Lily Rose Depp. She made her theatrical debut in 2014 with a little part in the film Tusk. She was born in 1999. Later, she starred in A Faithful Man and The Dancer, for which she won 2 Caesar Awards for Most Promising Actress. She's brimming with promise, and if things keep going the way they are, we're quite confident she won't ever have to worry about using her credit cards. Prince Michael Blanket Jackson II, Michael Jackson. If you are a Prince Michael Blanket Jackson II fan, you've undoubtedly heard of the King of Pop. Indeed, he was born in February 2002 and is the late Michael Jackson's son. There are still many unanswered questions about his father's life. Let's focus on Blanket Jackson's situation. The public has never been informed about Blanket's original mother, and those close to the family are likely the only ones aware of the whole tale. He now likes to be called Biggie by others and has experienced some negative consequences from the term blanket. He enjoys martial arts, and he just started a YouTube channel. His movie reviews make up the majority of his video work. Furthermore, he made news lately when he invested money in a multi-million-dollar house in the Los Angeles region. Cleo Rose Elliott, Sam Elliott, and Catherine Ross. The only child of Sam Elliott and Catherine Ross is Cleo Rose Elliott. It's funny since her parents had one of the cutest love stories, the kind that's only seen in romantic comedies. When Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid was released in 1969, her parents first laid eyes on one another. Nevertheless, a few years passed before the two began dating decades later. The two eventually exchanged vows and were married in 1984. To her parents' satisfaction, she began releasing CDs because of a love for music instead of following in her parents' footsteps and entering the entertainment industry like the children of other superstars. She's now pursuing a profession in music, so we know that loans and other debts won't be a problem for her. Zahara Marley Pit, Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were married in a private French chapel in 2014. Their 6 children were there on this special occasion, and they only invited their closest friends and family. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, the former power couple in Hollywood, have a second kid named Zahara Marley Pit. Since the public is well aware of the couple's strong advocacy for adoption, it's unsurprising that Zahara, one of their adopted children from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, is a family member. Their attorneys completed the adoption procedure for her back in 2005. Years later, her parents divorced, but despite the chaos of seeing their parents battle fiercely for child custody via the court system, the Jolie Pit siblings remained close. In 2017, rumors about Zahara's biological mother surfaced once again. People don't know whether there will be probably another custody dispute. Simone Alexandra Johnson. Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is unquestionably one of the sexiest superstars in Hollywood right now, partly due to his background and partly because of his blockbuster movie. For those who don't know, Rock Johnson is a professional wrestler who's become well-known worldwide since his debut match. He rose to the world's wrestling rankings after winning many bouts with perfect scores. In addition, Johnson made his acting debut in the 2001 movie The Mummy Returns as the completely otherworldly villain Scorpion King. Simone Alexandra Johnson, his daughter, is preparing to compete in the WWE arena. This action will complete their family's lineage, which has produced 4 generations of WWE superstars. She's already organized her credit cards to purchase all she needs through her training days since the job she'll be joining is challenging. Isabella Cruz, Nicole Kidman, and Tom Cruise. Before Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise hired a lawyer to handle their divorce paperwork in 2001, they were one of Hollywood's power couples. However, throughout their 10-year romance, they chose to adopt 2 kids, Isabella Jane Cruz being one of them. Now that she's an adult, she's a lovely young woman. She's also well-versed in business, having launched a few profitable ventures in the fashion industry, most notably her line of t-shirts known as BKC. She is unquestionably ahead of her time when correctly guiding her company's endeavor in the right direction. The future Oscar winner, Nicole Kidman, was born in Honolulu, Hawaii in 1967 when her Australian parents visited the country on student visas. Nicole Kidman has a passion for ballet and showed skill at a young age, 3. Nicole Kidman was motivated to pursue acting when she saw Margaret Hamilton as the Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz. Bryce Dallas Howard, Ron Howard. Undoubtedly, the gifted Bryce Dallas Howard inherited her DNA from her father, the renowned actor and director Ron Howard. Don't let that mislead everyone, however, for the younger Howard is capable of carrying herself in front of her father's accomplishments without the help of Ron Howard. She performed as an actor on Broadway theaters just before receiving her degree from New York University's Tisch School of Arts. After quitting her studies, she continued her career as a stage actor until M. Night Shyamalan saw her and asked her to appear in his 2004 film The Village. Her success continued after that, propelling her up the Hollywood ladder. Howard has also been working on honing her directing skills. She owns the 2019 documentary Dad, which she also directed. Frida Desi, Brigitte Nielsen. Danish model and actress Brigitte Nielsen rose to fame in the entertainment industry with her attractive appearance and outstanding performances. She co-starred with Sylvester Stallone in a few movies in the 1980s, including Rocky IV. She was in Beverly Hills Cop 2 as well. She startled the entertainment world when she revealed that at 54 she was expecting a child. Despite some criticism that she shouldn't become a parent at this age, she feels that age shouldn't be a barrier to living. Don't try to be someone else. Life is your own. Simply be who you are, she says. The bright side is that she eventually gave birth to her first child, a daughter called Frida. You can be confident that she'll stop at nothing to protect her little princess from filing for bankruptcy. Sydney Brooke Simpson, O.J. Simpson. The oldest child of controversial American football player and late German-American model Nicole Brown Simpson is Sydney Brooke Simpson. She's now reached adulthood and achieved success in the real estate industry. Despite growing up in the spotlight and being concerned about her father's private life, she and her brother have maintained a low profile. She endured a protracted period of intense suffering. She used the pseudonym to avoid the media and public attention at the time. But she was also dealing with the grief of her mother's accident and concerns about her father's trial. She attempted to be as unnoticeable as possible, even at work. She now manages her brother's restaurant in the center of Los Angeles and her real estate venture. Dylan Francis Penn, Sean Penn. Everyone knows Sean Penn is a two-time Academy Award winner, and Robin Wright portrayed Jenny, the movie's heroine. In 1996, they tied the knot. In 2010, after 14 years of marriage, they decided to get a divorce. Dylan Francis Penn is the daughter of Robin Wright and Sean Penn. Although she may not have been happy with her attractive parents from the beginning, they're now divorced. She's managed to get over it and is now concentrating on advancing her profession. She's sought a career in fashion modeling, as many have surmised. She has a contract with Premier Model Management, a renowned agency known for producing many exceptional models, and they're confident in her ability to continue modeling. However, she's changed her focus to acting lately and is beginning to get a healthy return on her investment. Sophia Richie, Lionel Richie. Sophia Richie, the famous singer and musician Lionel Richie's daughter, has been in the headlines recently on social media, particularly when Scott Disick, Kourtney Kardashian's ex-husband, began seeing her. Naturally, she was already well known as Lionel Richie's daughter before the news broke, and cameras were trained on her to see whether she would follow in her father's footsteps and pursue a career in show business. Despite being deeply involved in the modeling industry, Sophia possesses her father's skills. But lately, modeling has become more important to her. One thing is sure, she's been instructed to have sound financial planning. She said that while she had previously worked with several fashion design firms, her ultimate goal was to launch a cosmetics brand and develop a clothing line. Mick Jagger, Georgia May Jagger. Georgia May Jagger, the daughter of Rolling Stone singer Mick Jagger and supermodel Jerry Hall, has established herself as a successful model. Georgia May Jagger joined the fashion business at 16 in her mother's and sister Lizzie Jagger's footsteps. Georgia May Jagger is poised to advance in the profession by emulating her mother's attractiveness and model features, but only after much effort. Her dazzling big lips, large curved blonde hair, and amazing gap-toothed appearance allowed her to immediately carve out a unique style for herself. Georgia is reportedly one of the most sought-after models of her age right now, according to social media and fashion press, and she has many opportunities in the industry. She's undoubtedly capable of so much more and can go so far as long as her parents are there to mentor her. Richard Gere, Homer James Gigme Gere. James Gigme Homer. Actor Richard Gere and actress Carrie Lowell are Homer's parents. Homer was named after his paternal and maternal grandfathers when he was born in February 2000. Gigme refers to Richard Gere's close links to Tibetan and Buddhist culture. After a protracted legal struggle over custody and money issues, Richard Gere and Carrie Lowell were divorced in 2016, but both parents continued to be engaged in parenting Homer. Although Homer is Richard Gere's first kid, he recently brought additional children into the world with his current wife, Alejandra Silva. Halle Berry, Nala Ariella Aubrey. Halle Berry began her career as a fashion model and discovered her ability via pageantry. She then started acting. Berry's professional path was effectively altered as shown by her 74th Academy Award in 2002. She and her model ex-husband, Gabriel Aubrey, are parents to Nala Ariella Aubrey, who's stunning. They used to be a quiet couple who enjoyed keeping things that way until their dramatic 2010 divorce case, which included only the finest legal representation. It became chilly at some point, and at that point, both of them had to battle for custody of the adorable young Nala of their former relationship. But they managed to agree due to their intense love for her. Now that she's prepared to face the world, Nala Ariella Aubrey is often seen in public with her mother, seeming content and confident. Riley Curry, Stephen Curry. One of the league's top point guards right now is Stephen Curry. He joined the NBA in 2009 via the draft and has been a member of the Golden State Warriors. Aisha Disa Curry, a culinary star on television, is Steph Curry's wife. Their 3 children are a blessing. One of the 3 children, Riley, is the most well-liked. In 2015, she turned into an instant hit. When her father spoke at a news conference, she was the show's star. This adorable girl has now gone viral on the internet. Riley has already dominated a few runway events. In 2015, she made her stage debut with a children's clothing line. She may select which of her parents' extraordinary abilities and talents to grow into and adopt as her own. Alternatively, everyone may just wait and watch what this gorgeous beauty will become shortly. She is undoubtedly debt-free for the rest of her life with the money she's made. Renee Charles Angelio, Celine Dion. Thanks to her delicate but powerful voice, Celine Dion, one of the most prominent female Grammy Award singers, has received an astounding number of accolades, broken the record with 130 million sales globally, and become one of the best-selling female musicians in history. Renee Charles is the oldest son of Celine Dion and the late Renee Angelio. Even though their family patriarch, Renee, passed away in 2016, the family is still together and strong despite his health. Additionally, they stick together and become closer to one another, as seen by Celine Dion and Renee Charles' pursuit of a career in music via his SoundCloud account. His parents' investments have already ensured their future, so what matters now is that they follow their love, even if the money from it won't come in right now. Renee Charles has great potential and will undoubtedly leave his imprint in the music business. Lorraine Nicholson, Jack Nicholson. Lorraine Nicholson, the daughter of Jack Nicholson and Rebecca Broussard, chose to follow in her parents' footsteps and become a Hollywood actress. She has experience in the entertainment sector since she used to go to award shows with her parents when she was younger. It simply makes sense that she'll most likely do the same when she gets older. As it happens, she received her first film credit in the 2003 film Something's Gotta Give. She debuted in the business in 2011 with a breakthrough performance in Soul Surfer, where she was acknowledged more for her performance than for her ancestry. Next, in 2013, she made her film directorial debut while creating music videos for artists. At the 2017 Tribeca Film Festival, she became well known for the movie Lifeboat, which received praise for being full of tension and attraction. The media dubbed her as Hollywood's next great film producer. Ava Phillippe, Ryan Phillippe. At her birthday celebration, 21-year-old Reese Witherspoon got to know Ryan Phillippe. After that, they had a little wedding ceremony on a plantation after falling in love at first sight. Ava Phillippe is their lovely daughter. Her life became uncomfortable since she was the celebrity daughter of well-known Hollywood parents, and photographers were always snooping to take pictures of her family. While many are eager for the children of the ex-couples to shine in Hollywood, Ava, their daughter, is occupied with completing her studies at UC Berkeley. She's a talented artist with a lot of promise. She enjoys painting, photography, and clay sculpting. She often posts her drawings and photos on social media. It's unclear whether she'll pursue an acting career in the future, but one thing is sure, despite all their family has been through, she was raised well by her parents. Chelsea Belle O'Donnell, Rosie ODonnell. The well-known American talk show personality, Rosie O'Donnell, has earned the title of Queen of Nice. Being a prominent person allows her to express her feelings honestly and directly, regardless of how delicate the subject may be. During their marriage, Rosie O'Donnell and Kelly Carpenter had 4 children together. Their daughter, Chelsea Belle O'Donnell, a mother today, is one of their 4 children. It's beautiful to hear some positive news about the mother-daughter connections after reading negative stories about them in the past, which dominated entertainment headlines. Undoubtedly, Chelsea had to experience a shift in circumstances before realizing how much she needed her mother. They may never have been closer than they are now, and that connection is worth more than the money invested. Briam Murphy, Eddie Murphy. Comedian Eddie Murphy made his talk show debut. He hosted the television show Saturday Night Live, showcasing his ability with grace. Being a great comic, he portrayed amazing parts in the most highly watched movies. Briam Murphy is the well-known Eddie Murphy's daughter, and her ability seemed to take the film world by storm. She seems to be cruising through, so she must have had her father well informed on the ways of Hollywood. Bria is determined not to use her father's name in her professional life, and it's worked well for her. It's not because of her father, but because her co-workers have admired her strong work ethic. Much of the credit for her success in Hollywood should go to her diligence. Louis Bardot, Sandra Bullock. While acting, Sandra Bullock is a distinguished actress who may closely resemble the prototype by painstakingly delving into each character's mind. Bullock's film, The Blind Side, was a major factor in her professional peak. Sandra Bullock is a well-known celebrity who is also well-known for her emotional support of adoption. In reality, she just recently ended the divorce process from her husband, Jesse James, but she managed to bring her cherished son, Louis Bardot, through the ordeal. She successfully obtained Louis' adoption and custody with the aid of competent attorneys. Bullock loves Louis, the adoptive kid, as if he were her own. She once advised the media not to refer to her children as adopted children during an interview. People are convinced that Louis Bardot is not only prepared for whatever career he wants to pursue in the future, but he'll excel in it to repay his mother for her love. Lou Sulola Samuel, Heidi Clum. 1.76 meters tall with blonde hair and hazel eyes, Heidi Clum captivated the attention of many wealthy men and famous people. Following her victory in the Model 92 competition, Heidi Clum obtained a contract with Metropolitan Models in 1992 and began appearing on catwalks in New York, Paris, and Milan. She went on to get contracts with big fashion houses and became one of the most well-known supermodels ever. Seal, the musician, and Heidi Clum, the supermodel, welcomed a daughter called Lou Samuel. Lou became a beautiful kid even after the couple's turbulent divorce. You can feel under pressure to keep up, given her mother, Heidi's exceptional skills in fashion design, business, and modeling. She would undoubtedly have her mother's support when she's old enough to understand what she wants to do and be, but a mother would never put her kids under such pressure. E.J. Johnson, Magic Johnson. Regarding basketball, Magic Johnson is among the most prosperous people. During his tenure with the LA Lakers of the NBA, he brought a lot of gold chips and changed the game with his fast-paced style and impressive on-court maneuvers. In addition to being a fantastic player on the court, he had superb money management abilities and amassed a substantial amount of wealth via deft maneuvers. His kid, E.J. Johnson, could quickly rise in society because of his family's enormous wealth. After appearing in the reality TV series Rich Kids of Beverly Hills, E.J. went on to star in E.J. NYC. E.J. has always loved fashion and design and is now quite active in them. E.J. Johnson shockingly revealed his gender identity and sexual orientation. Even though Magic Johnson's first response could have been inappropriate, he ultimately showed his kid compassion and empathy. Danielle Lynn Burkhead, Larry Burkhead. Being the contentious daughter of Larry Burkhead and Anna Nicole Smith, Danielle Lynn Burkhead could find it awkward to remember how the first media coverage of her revolved around her then highly publicized paternity lawsuit. Her mother, Anna, a former Playboy model, left behind a significant legacy when she wed oil millionaire J. Howard Marshall. After her mother's accident, 7-year-old Daisy received the inheritance, making her the wealthiest baby. At the time, 3 guys were vying for her custody. The findings have finally shown that she is, in fact, Larry's kid, and for some time now, pictures of her have been storming the papers. Despite the many hardships a growing youngster must face, her father is undoubtedly on her side. It may be argued that because she's his daughter, most of her father's assets may ultimately pass into her name, securing her future. Abigail Osmond, Marie Osmond. Marie Osmond rose to fame with her and her brother Donnie's variety program, Donnie and Marie, published by the American Broadcasting Corporation. Despite the demands of her work, this accomplished singer and actress manages to raise 8 children. Among the rare celebrities at ease with adoption are her and her spouse, Brian Blozell. Abigail Osmond is their 2nd adoptive daughter and their 5th kid overall. Despite her background, she seems to have grown up safe and confident in her family. Her mother, Marie, would post beautiful things about her on social media and cry joyfully when she saw how much her daughter loved her and everything she did for all 8 of her children. It's commonly recognized that Abigail will succeed and go far if she keeps up this optimistic outlook, regardless of whether she chooses to pursue her parents' profession or make other investments. Valentina Paloma Peno, Salma Hayek. Salma Hayek came dangerously close to winning an Oscar for her portrayal of Frida Kahlo in Frida. Aside from receiving much attention, its profitable commercial picture. At last, the worldwide box office brought in $56.3 million. The French billionaire François-Henri Pinault and Salma Hayek are the parents of Valentina Paloma Pinault. However, for the little Valentine, attending events with her mother and getting praise for her stylish attire and sense of style are all matters. Valentina has already established herself as one of the wealthiest celebrity offspring, confident in her future and that of her age. She's not under any pressure to work since she has money for investments, so it's not an issue for her. However, parents must be concerned that their children survive to pursue their aspirations. Valentina Paloma Pinault should make the most of her adolescence while still having it since she has a long way to go. Jack Marsden, James Marsden. Jack Marsden, the son of actor James Marsden, has already established himself as a model in the fashion world. Due to his job, this young guy has already seen the world and made investments in his name, which speaks to the quality of his trade. Since he's still at the top of his game, a halt at his institution would be inappropriate. Who knows whether he'll return to get his degree, but many are confident he can succeed in his present endeavors. Would his father let him, though? Like every parent, people know they'll always be there for their kids, no matter what. James Marsden became well-known thanks to his performance as the lead in the X-Men movie franchise. Cheers and accolades greeted him. James Marsden and Mary Elizabeth Marsden were wed on July 22, 2000. Regarding his private life, after a few years, this couple did have children, but their intimate bond ended. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon